So I'm Ron Reilly, President and CEO at Garing Taylor and Associates. We're here in Arroyo Grande, 141 South Elm Street. We've been in Arroyo Grande Incorporated since 1962, providing all kinds of services to all the local governments from the North County to the South County, Lompoc, Goleta. At one time or another, we've been the authority for the majority of the places between, in that geographical zone. Today, a lot of our focus is on private development. We, of course, do land surveying, the basic topographic surveying, boundary surveys, the kind of maps that are used to create the property that you might be thinking about purchasing or potentially selling or developing. There is an aspect of what we do that is assisting the public. It's called public works. But being the topic here today, probably you're looking at a home or you're thinking about selling or developing on a lot. We'll stay with private development. What we offer is a pretty complete package, and we're really, I think, quite good at it now. If you're within San Luis Obispo County, and especially I'd say Santa Maria on up, that portion of Santa Barbara County, the regulations and timelines we're experts in. We have packages if you have questions about a particular property, or maybe you're thinking about selling or you're thinking about developing on that piece of land. I encourage you, you can call us. Can I give the phone number? 805-489-1321. And, just ask for Ron or James or Perry. We're the three owners. What we're going to be able to do to you, we're going to be able to speak openly and freely. What are you thinking about? What are you interested in? Where is this piece of land? And usually always starts with, we just kind of pull up Google, take a quick look, okay, this is where they're talking about. And then the county usually has really good resources, counties, cities, and then whatever zoning you're in, we have just expansive knowledge in those areas. And for really not very much, the packages start at like $500.
Wow.
You could come in and say, I want to do this on my piece of land. Can I? And that's something that we can answer quickly and very cheaply. Packages do go up some from there. It's a lot of times we get people that say, I don't know what I can do. What are my possibilities? And that's more of an exploration, and that can get into a little bit more money and time. But as far as if you're buying a lot, and I think what we talked about was the improvements were there. The utilities were there. Maybe the pad has been graded. You're going to be working with an architect. You're going to need a civil engineer to come in, do a little bit of surveying to verify where each of the utilities are, certain aspects that were the public improvements that your builder was, he had to provide that. He or she had to provide that before providing that piece of land. And what we do is we take this information and depending on if it's a county or a city, just whatever their requirements might be, we're going to work with your architect. Okay, what's the biggest size of your house? What is the, how tall is the house? Okay, well, do you have a height limit? Are you in coastal and you have conditions because you're in a coastal development zone? There were a lot of questions that really happened before the really exciting magic of a design start to occur. And truly, there's not a ton of magic in the design. The magic is really the hard work that you do before you start designing, really intensely. And we do a lot of that really well here. I would expect anyone that's thinking about buying in Santa Barbara County, San Luis Obispo County, one thing right now is you may be getting a pretty good deal on land. You're gonna, I hate to even mention, because I work with these people all the time, but the counties, the cities, they're working at home. Yes. They were overloaded to begin with. So things that used to take 6 months a year, I would not be surprised to see them take longer. There are provisions in the Subdivision Map Act and this Land Surveyors Act that say things have to happen in a certain amount of time. And the truth of it is nobody holds a city's feet to the fire on that, because they're not going to be super responsive to you if you do. So, you know, I encourage everybody that has interest, is looking at surveyors and engineers, just a call. You might have heard me on the radio saying that my time is absolutely free until we have a contract. And and there's a lot of times that'll just be value added service after we have a contract, because I have a lot of really great people here that do a lot of the really hard work. So when things get hot and heavy and there's an issue, we need to push something through a little faster, that's when I might get involved. And a lot of times that's just gratis. You know.
Well, that's great, Ron, and I've known you for quite some time now. And I think when buyers are coming in, oftentimes they're just kind of looking for roadmaps and guidance. And usually with that process, as you start out, you're able to kind of outlay, you know, some kind of timeline, barring unforeseen things that may come up. But usually you can give them some idea, some expectations of what it's going to look like, not only possible in cost outlay, but also then as well as what expectations on the timeline can they be looking at. Now, oftentimes too, we have people coming from out of the area, so they don't really know anyone here. Are you able to give recommendations, and if you don't actually provide a certain service?
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons that I just always encourage people to call or email. Email's great too. R Reilly at Garing Taylor. It's RREILLY. Garing Taylor is all one word. And calling. So what we do, we're consultants. There are a lot of engineers that sell. They think that the product is that piece of paper at the end. It's your permit. It's your plan that your contractor is going to build. And what a lot of people are failing to see right now is that engineering and architecture is really a customer service business now. Okay. If I don't know how to do something, I'm going to be forthright and honest with you. If I know that somebody is better suited for your project, I'm going to tell you. The dirty little secret of this area is that all of the principals of all of the engineering firms and architecture firms know each other in some capacity, and we all know what each other is really strong at and which are not. And we compete on some things, don't get me wrong, everybody does. That's what the market's for. But we're not shy at all about, and in fact, let me put it this way. 6 licensed engineers, and I've got 2 that are going to be licensed very soon, 2 licensed surveyors. What we tell everyone that a license means, it doesn't mean that I can do everything in the realm of civil engineering. What it means is I know what I can't do. And when you have that many professionals in here knowing this is what we're strong at, these are things that we can stretch ourselves and do, these are things that if we practice, we're a little bit out of bounds and we could get into some trouble. That's why, you know, you pay a consultant to consult you, and the consultant says, these things I can help you with, these things I can help bring people to the table. You know, geotechnical engineering, there's biological people that need to get involved sometimes, even archaeology. There are any number of different consultants that can come in. We can help manage them. A lot of times you might have an architect that's kind of your team manager. Civil engineers will do that often too. So.
No, I understand, and that's for me. We're a customer service business, and I just always feel very strong that we're only as good as our recommendations oftentimes. So you are someone I would always recommend in our area. Just something you were talking about, we do have Indian burial grounds, those kinds of things. There needs to be professionals that are brought in that can take a look at what's going on prior to making big investments on things. It's usually a good investment early on to kind of get ahead of the game before you halfway through a project finding out you can't complete it. So that's one reason why I say you've got to meet with the experts, people that know.
Yes, and if somebody has specific, you know, this is what I think I want to do. Can you lay out a process? That's something I can do on the phone or on a Zoom.
Yes.
in 15 minutes. Just depends on where it is. Things get a little more complicated when they're in the coastal zone. And if you want to talk timelines, just be aware when you're looking at property. If you are in coastal zone and you're thinking about building, just go ahead and add 6 to 12 months there.
Yes.
That's a rule of thumb. But those are the best properties too. I mean, if you're looking for beachfront, I don't know who is, but so absolutely the processes, the timelines. I don't want to get too far into the weeds on something. People are excited about a piece of land right now, and I don't want to discourage them with a bunch of bureaucracy talk. But
That's true.
I know I appreciate
you can get
the
into the
opportunity
details.
here, Patrick. Yes.
Yeah. You can get into the details later, but I do appreciate your time, taking the time out for me, and especially talking to some of my potential buyers that are looking to purchase some land in the area. And I hope that you get a call from them. But Ron,
Yeah.
have a great day, and it was good to see you as always.
It's always good to see you, Patrick.
The next time
we should do this more often. It's been too long.
Yeah, it has. All right,
Okay.
Ron.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Okay.